What do I think I showed? I mean, looking internally, I just felt like I showed I have confidence in myself to go out and operate, run the offense, um, and yeah, just I feel like for me, it just showed that my preparation's been it's been working, I guess. Like my preparation has helped me just get to how the offense was run today. And obviously, there's a ton of things that we can change. We're going to go back and watch film, and there's a lot of things that different checks or progression or something that I did wrong. So obviously, for me, it was a growing opportunity, which was great. So I'm happy to kind of get my feet wet a little bit. Obviously, with my first start, and just grow, watch the film, and learn from the experience.
What do you think clicked as far as your ability to get everybody involved, especially early when you got going with Dallas and then the touchdown to a nice?
Yeah, I thought Kellen called a great game, moving the pocket a few times, drop back, play action, just kind of felt like we were well-rounded. Hit a little bit of a speed bump right there, just with timing and different things, and a lot of that's on me. I'm gonna have to get better in that aspect, but yeah, just overall thought Kellen called a really good game, and I felt like we were well-rounded, which was great.
Did you look at it much as like an audition to show the Eagles, even other teams in the NFL, exactly what you can do? There was no book on you in the NFL.
I mean, I try not to look into it too much. For me, I'm just, I'm out there to play football when my name's called. So, of course, I want to put my best foot forward. Of course, I want to show what I can do. I have confidence in myself. But yeah, when it came down to it, I try not to think about it too much. I'm out there playing football and doing what I do.
How valuable, like these last 2 weeks, getting in your first 2 NFL games, how's this been for you, like going forward?
Yeah, it's huge. Just kind of seeing how fast the game is, seeing the different looks that people are going to give you, different checks. You can do a lot of walkthroughs and a lot of practice, but there is a little bit different in the game. The adrenaline and what's on the line and things like that. So it is nice to kind of have that under my belt. And I think ultimately for me it just builds confidence, which is great.
That first drive, 3 for 3, scoring the touchdown. How important was that for you to get the early rhythm?
Yeah, that was big. We wanted to set the tone early. Defense did a great job getting the stop, and then we obviously went down and scored. And so yeah, that was kind of, we were just trying to show like, hey, this is the standard. Coach Nick before was like, hey, anytime that you step on the field, there's a standard to like that everybody needs to play at. So felt like that was kind of our way of saying like, hey, we're here. We still uphold that standard as well, which was great. It was good to see and a lot of fun, obviously.
Jahan Dotson had a season-high 7 receptions for 94 yards.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him behind the scenes throughout the season that allowed him to have a big performance in season?
Yeah, he's a stud. Really hard worker. Kind of a quiet guy, but just kind of like the guy in the back that works really hard and kind of perfects his craft. A couple of those timing routes were great. I just knew where he was going to be, and with his speed and the way that he catches the ball and separates, I think he's a really good player. So yeah, it was good to see him, have the success that he did, and obviously it was a huge component to us getting the win.
Same kind of question with Dallas Goedert. Obviously, he hadn't played in a month.
Yeah.
What did you see out of him? Getting those 4 early receptions. How do you think he looked?
Yeah, he's a stud. I think everybody already kind of knows that. But yeah, just his ability to separate, to make contested catches. That guy is so hard to tackle. Just in the open field, he just runs hard. His stiff arm's nasty. And so yeah, it's nice when, as a quarterback, when you sit back and you kind of see those guys and you say like, yeah, we got some weapons. So let me put the ball in these guys' hands and try to tackle these guys, which is great.
Can you talk about how you were able to spread the ball around? I think 8 different receivers and what you were seeing out there on the field.
Yeah, I think that credit goes to Kellen of calling good plays, getting everybody touches. I'm going through my progressions a lot of the time. A lot of time it's like, yeah, pick your matchup or leverage or whatever that is. But a lot of times I'm going through the progressions and, trying to find the open guy. And so, yeah, I would say a lot of that is accredited to Kellen, just finding guys that are open.
I imagine when you're taking
those of us on the outside, know only so much about how Jalen is, how Kenny's feeling. A week from now, what are your thoughts about the prospect of being out here again in a game that means more?
I haven't thought about that. I'll let those guys answer any questions that they want about them. But obviously, I'm going to do my preparation to play because I've been doing that all season. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I'll be ready whether I'm the 1, the 2, the 3, the 6, whatever that is. So yeah, it's just doing my own thing.
I imagine you've taken quite a few scout team reps with Anais and EJ to get them both their first touchdowns on the same game. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, it was great. A lot of fun having those guys, get their first touchdowns, and just thought they played really well. It was kind of funny going out there today. In a way, I did feel a little bit more comfortable just because I have thrown to those guys so much. Last week, I've just taken less snaps with Cam and fades to AJ than I have with the guys that I got out tonight. So, taking snaps with Nick Gates felt a little bit more familiar. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Those guys work really hard. It's not always easy to be a scout team guy and work your butt off and not really get a lot of playing time on Sundays. So it is nice to see them have the success that they had tonight.
You spoke about the opportunity today, about showcasing yourself to the team, to the league. Has your mind, I guess, wandered at all about what this offseason could bring for you?
Not yet. Right now, I'm focusing on this season, today, and obviously making a deep run into the playoffs. So yeah, I haven't really thought about that. I guess we'll see whenever that comes.
So what's it feel like being on that podium again?
Yeah, it's fun. It felt very comfortable just being out there, playing football again. Obviously, got a few snaps last week as well, but it's just fun. Obviously, I love football, but I really do just love football. So being out there with the guys, playing ball, making checks, I mean, that's what I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. And so to actually make it a reality, to throw my first touchdown last week, to get my first start, we won both games. It seems a little surreal, which is fun. I've had a lot of family here the last week and this week as well. My parents flew out, which is fun. So yeah, it's been great. It's been a good experience.
Was there aspects of the game in your play, Tanner, that felt natural, like you've been doing them, and there had been no break from the last time you played a game, and other aspects that were kind of clunky? It felt like.
I wouldn't say there's too many things that felt like they weren't natural. I feel like that's kind of the point of practice and the point of getting prepared and feeling comfortable. If there was a route that we didn't love, then hey, let's either work this or take it out. And so I feel like I was very comfortable with the game plan and felt like I had a pretty good understanding of what we were trying to get to, the looks, the checks. O-line did a great job communicating when we were changing the protection, what protection we were in. And so overall, just felt like it was a great team effort to kind of be on the same page and feel comfortable in what we were running.